Yes. Green screen. Wow.
Grand Rising, Facebook and YouTube and Zoom. Thank you for joining us this morning. Just want you to know that at 9 o'clock, we will be switching over to Zoom only. So I'd advise you to go ahead now and get your Zoom ticket. If you already have one, use the same number. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. Okay, we're going to have a wonderful day today. As usual, today we have Mama Raziya Curtis and we have Mama Hetheru. Oh my goodness. So, hey, what can we say? Go ahead, beautiful queens. Take us on a journey this morning.
Well, Grand Rising, my sisters and brothers. I have a wonderful self-healing body. I am so fearfully and wonderfully made. You have a wonderful self-healing body, for you are so fearfully and wonderfully made. We all have a wonderful self-healing body, for we are so fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's the truth. I bring to you my sister, Hetheru, who will be sharing with us some of her precious knowledge. And you know, knowledge is what we know, what we have experienced, what we have gained on the path of life. And Mama Hetheru, I see her as a natural path practitioner and a healthy lifestyle advocate. And I'm just really, really proud to have her be our key presenter today. So I present to you Mama Hetheru.
Yay!
Thank you so much. I want to say thank you, first of all, for being in a space and a place where I can gather with such enlightened and open and knowledgeable women in a space. So I'm grateful for that. And the day that we see. Also, I just want to say thank you to Spirit for gifting me the gifts that I was gifted and learning to understand that they are for me to use for the world. They help me, but they are gifts for the world to be used by. That's purpose. So I just wanted to say that. So welcome everybody. So I just want to thank Mama Raziya for being my team, accepting me on her Tuesday session, and Mama Queen Aduni for assigning me this Tuesday. First we talked about Friday, but I'm so glad Tuesday is it. Tuesday's it. So prior to this day, we had begun talking about our oral health and our mouths and our teeth and things of that nature. And when Mama Raziya and I spoke, we talked about how important our health is for our teeth. We're taught to, take care of your bodies, make sure you clean yourself and and all this. But it's mostly the body in general, but not specific areas. So our teeth, we have to have a greater health. I have issues and challenges. So as we go on this journey, I want you to be able to identify in yourself where things are going on, because I found out recently that the teeth are connected to each tooth has an assignment to different parts of the body. And I'm not just talking about organs. There's muscular, your spine, and well, let's go on a journey. So I just need to get ability to share the screen. Okay, all right. Let me turn my screen off so I can make sure that I show what I want to be seen.
No surprises.
Okay, so it says it is disabled, but host disabled participant screen sharing. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna make you the co-host.
Okay.
Grand Rising.
Grand
Grand
Rising.
You came in at a good time while I'm getting my things together. It's still not. I know how to do this, but it's
Well, while you're putting that together, I want to welcome you as part of the team, official member of the team. With everybody, just kind of give her a love, a hallelujah, or you know, whatever. That we are accepting you as a woman of wisdom to share with the world, share with us and the world. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we thank Spirit for bringing you to us. You are a gift, such a gift.
Thank you. Well, it doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, it's not.
Need to, maybe my video needs to be on. No, that's not it. I know how to do this. I do.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Oh, wait. We need to switch. I need to switch it to the other one. Remember, I got you on two of them. I gave. Okay, let me switch this. So that you're not the co-host up here. You're the co-host down.
This is I want the co-host. I've always wanted to separate, you know, be more than one of myself, and now it's happening.
Oh God, can we take it?
What? Okay.
Let me see. Well, ladies, why don't you, while we're pulling this together, Raziya, you can share some what's going on and about what you've been doing this yesterday, your garden and stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's a blessed time, and the heat has its purposes. Everyone, quite a few people were concerned about how hot it was going to be, and it energized us. We realized that heat and the sweating and so forth kept us going longer in the work in the garden. But what I just want to share with all of you is that I've taken it seriously, and I'm encouraging other people to take seriously the need to have food available in our space. Learn, get more into planting some seeds, some lettuce seeds, some mustard greens, all the greens, the green beans, the peas, all of these things we planted yesterday. And Michigan is a wonderful area for growing a garden. In fact, I didn't realize, but when I travel, there are people in other states who will say, you've got the best land, you got some of the best land in the country for gardening and for raising your own food. Even a man in Georgia walked up to me one summer and he said, oh, I miss that Michigan land. I wish that we had more of that down here. And I was shocked because I thought that the South had it on us in terms of healthy soil and ready soil for raising our food. So I see that Sister Hetheru has gotten something on, so it's working.
Yay!
Yeah. So all is well, and we will continue. We decided that looking at oral health is very, very important because digestion begins in the mouth. The ability to chew and get the food ready for the next step to the stomach is key. And when we don't have proper chewing mechanism, we are guaranteed to have indigestion, stomach problems, some leaky gut, all those difficult issues that we are facing in America. So we just thought we needed to take pause and look at what we can do better so that we can have a healthier system. So we thank you, sister, for bringing this information to us.
All right. Thank you, Mama Raziya. Okay, everything is working. Thank you all for being so patient with me and taking time out to help me get my thing together. Okay, so I put this quick presentation together based on Mama Raziya and I's conversation. We talked about a couple of areas, but this is one that we wanted to focus on that was very important. So this is Elizabeth Tuesday, Inclusive Nutrition Practices with Mama Raziya and Mama Hetheru. Okay. Okay, so beginning with a movement, because Mama Het likes to move, and I would ask that you all do this with me or at least envision this. We are going to do some movement. So Sister Tanae, who is my dance teacher, has given us some yoga for the face. And I wanted to share that with us today, just to help me with my little, however I'm feeling, and to get through the presentation. So one of the moves that we learned was I just called it the forehead pull because I didn't get a name, so I'm naming it so we can identify. So you want to gently, let's rub our hands together just to create some energy. La, 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 la. All right, so we want to take a nice deep breath. We want to inhale through the nostril, doing a diaphragmatic breathing where you take that air to your belly and fill that belly with air. So blow it up like a balloon. You want to have it go out as far, expand it as far as it'll go with your inhale. And then also I want you to imagine your core, your most inner self, and I want you to open that space up and push it down to the root chakra in this inhale. And as you begin to exhale through your mouth, you want to close that, your center part, your core, and close it and bring it back up behind your belly button. That's what helps. Remember to keep the abs tight, and then also let all the air out of your belly. So imagine your belly button touching your spine. Now that was a lot, so let's do it again. Just to help center self. All right, I'm in my calm state now. All right, so now what we want to do is I want you to gently take your left hand or your right, whichever one. You can start with whichever, and then we'll just switch. I'll call one this hand and the other one that hand, and that will help us not have to deal with the right and left because I get so twisted about that sometimes. So I'm going to take this hand and put it on the center of my forehead. And that hand, I'm going to pull gently across 8 times across my forehead. Be committed to your 8 and take your time. It's no rush. And then when you're done, just wave away the energy, and then we'll rub our hands together again and do the opposite with that side. Touch your forehead with that side and use this side to go across the opposite way, on the other side. 8 times. Shake it off, and then rub your hands together again. I made up those parts. Okay, Now we're gonna do a nasal massage. So you're gonna put your index and your middle finger up to your nostril on the side, and you're just gonna follow up through the nasal cavity and then go across your eyebrows and wipe off. And we'll do that 8 times. Inhaling and exhaling. This was one of the areas that was affected for our current our alternative what do you call it? Our alternative universe. So we want to address that. Okay, so we can just rub our hands together again. Now this one is going to be a little fun, I think, because it makes us. Now, what we're doing now is the tongue exercise. You want to keep your forehead relaxed. We don't want to do the line, you know, we don't want to scrunch and make the line. So we're going to do this, and we're going to open our eyes very wide. Like that, without scrunching up the forehead, and stick your tongue out without scrunching up your forehead. So we're going to do that 8 times. Do your best.
Mama Hetheru,
Yes.
look at us in the other screen
Uh-huh.
so we can see your face.
Oh, and this,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry. I can't see me, so that's why I'm looking all, okay, hold on a minute. Let me see. I don't know if I wanted my face seen for this one. This one is okay, here we go.
Okay, good.
Okay, so relax the forehead and open the eyes wide and stick your tongue out. 8 times. I'm just doing a self-check. Okay, so we can take a breath. We made it through that. I usually get the giggles when I do that. But anyway, so the next one is to, again, remember to keep your forehead relaxed. And then we're going to stick our tongue out and just wag it from this side to that side. Okay, 8 times. So it's a set, one counts for this side and that side. Okay. All right, keep that forehead relaxed. And when you're done, just retract your tongue and put it back in your mouth. And take a couple breaths. Okay, for our final exercise, we're going to do an ear pull. Now this one, you're going to walk up your ear from the lobe and then walk up. It may be 4 or 5. It's maybe 3 pulls or 4 pulls or 5 pulls, whatever's needed. Gently, but firmly. Do that 8 times. We call this the ear walk. This loosens the fissure muscles. Was it fissure? I have to get that pronunciation of that word. It loosens up the muscles in your neck. This will also let you know if it's time to clean the ears. Okay, all right. So how did that go for everybody?
We sure enough woke the face up.
Yeah,
That felt good.
Okay,
my ears are still tingling.
I know.
but that's good. So usually Miss Tanae will have us do a right and left first before we do the ear pull, and then do it again and notice how much further, how much we can reach further after doing the ear pull. So I just wanted to do that to get the little kinks out, and I love movement, so I wanted to share that. All right, so now I gotta go back to my other self. Here's me here, and now we're back. So are you all able to see the presentation? Okay, all right, so we're on page 3 now. So again, we were talking about oral health, and we're gonna talk about the contents in our products. The toxic contents in our products. So I also have another machine because I want to say the words properly. All right. So, okay, so our first word is
triclosan.
Whoa, okay. Sorry.
Triclosan.
It's called triclosan. This ingredient is an antibacterial and antifungal, and it reduces plaque and gingivitis, but it is a thyroid hormone disruptor.
Wow.
That's in some of our toothpaste. It is resistant to bacteria and heightens the risk of cancer found in hand soap as well.
Wow.
So this, this antibacterial, I remember when I began to see this name appearing on the soap, on the pump, the hand soap, I was already feeling some kind of way. I was like, why do we need to antibacterial what we've been cleaning with for years? Sometimes we do need to improve things, but why? And then this is really bothersome for me. So as it is an antibacterial, it begins to resist bacteria and helps heighten the risk of cancer. And again, hand soap and for your mouth and your hands. Okay, we also have alcohol. Alcohol doesn't know what bacteria to get rid of. It seems like it's radiation or chemotherapy, where it kills the cells, but it kills both. It doesn't know the difference between good cells and bad cells. We have artificial coloring. It helps with ADHD. A lot of our children, there used to be, when I was working in the school, we had a few children that would have this challenge. And now it's even worse. We didn't have that red color, the red 40 dye, and we've seen it come back in products if we're paying attention. And I think it was a blue also. Okay. We have the aspartame. Let me get this word, ASPAR. Make sure I turn this down.
Aspartame.
Aspartame is carcinogenic. We have the carrageenan.
Carrageenan.
It helps increase acne, intestinal challenges, colon ulcerations, and cancer in our toothpaste. That's just one product that is in. This next one, CA. Here's another. Cami dichlorosil. Ugh. This stuff makes my skin crawl. I lost my definition assignment. Hold on a minute.
Which one are you on now, sister?
The fourth, the Cami dichlorosil.
Okay.
I'm getting a little heated by all of this now. My skin is sweating because I'm aggravated by what I'm reading.
Is that Canada
Propofol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. It is harmful to the environment. The diethylamine is a hormone disruptor, irritant, and respiratory carcinogen. Our fluoride contributes to headaches, nausea, vomiting, gastrointestinal symptoms. If we're looking at these products and thinking about the body areas that are affected by the diseases that we encounter, now you begin to see this connection. Our parabens, breast cancer, bioaccumulate, buildup, slow to rid, of course, now that's my page. Let me go to my page. Okay. I'll come back to the one that, of course, is one with a lot of letters. The parabens, I can do that.
For them.
Parabens. Those are used in a lot of cosmetics also.
Well,
The website. You can also look at the website. It's give me a moment.
well, I would just like to say aspartame is used in a lot of our snacks and cookies and so forth. And it's a very, very harmful product, but it's used as a sweetener. There was a time when aspartame was being introduced as being better than sugar and honey and some of the things that we've used for years. But the most alarming thing for me about the use of aspartame is that I see a lot of it being used in the senior services. When you go to a senior home or a place where people are in residence to get better, the snacks that are given are sugar-free. And if you look at the ingredient, aspartame is right up there as a major sweetener. So we have a lot to do in terms of understanding these products and how we need to eliminate them from our use.
Thank you, Mom Raziya. I'll come back. I do have the link on the page, so I did put it in the chat window so you all could look at this as well. I see one is missing, the parabens. We'll come back to that. But anyway, breast cancer is enough, but there's so much more that these ingredients do. You have the perfluorohexane sulfonic acid, which is liver developmental issues and environmental challenges in cancer. The propylene glycol used in antifreeze. Okay, we could put that right up there with a Mountain Dew. Our saccharin. In animal studies, it's affected their bladder, brain tumors, and lymphoma. The sodium lauryl sulfite is used for insecticides. This is in our toothpaste, people. And then we have the titanium dioxide, which traces negatively affects the body's non-reproductive organs. So there you have it, our wonderfully made, FDA-approved toothpaste contents piece. Okay, so let's move on. I got a little bothered by that. That really bothered me. Whew. So I just put up a couple pictures. You know, we have different types of ways to brush our teeth with brushes and or the electric or what I call them powered brushes. They have the water pick, you know, different types of ways. So I've begun to switch to the bamboo toothbrushes. And even though something claims to be organic and all of that, we still need to read because they only show you what they want us to see most times. But it's good to understand about your bristles because in my reading, I found out that some of these products are used on the dental floss. They want to make sure they get in your body with these toxins on purpose. Okay, so let's go take a look at our teeth. Look inside the mouth. So I provided the website again. So if you're on, if you can look at that, the presentation, you're able to go and look inside. So our mouth, our teeth are paired with various body areas. Come on, machine, don't do that. Don't do that. Is it right? Thank you, machine. Okay. I don't fuss in my computer, especially when I want it to work. So he's doing her best. I understand. All right. So on this page, the reason why I like this site is because it's interactive. So if you want to, let's, for instance, say that you know that you have a challenge with a particular tooth. Then I want you to think about physically in another area of your body where you might be having a challenge. It may in fact be that same tooth that goes with that organ or that body part. So this is called the Meridian Tooth Chart app. And I've looked for an interactive. So that means when I click on a tooth, it's going to let me know what part of the body is affected. So if you count from the center, this is the top palate. You go around, and the bottom, you do same thing. Okay. So let's just have an example. Let's see. 9, 10, 11. Okay. My 15 is gone. So let's look at what's affected. I don't know if I want to look at it. Anyway, it is connected to the meridian for the stomach. We are looking at the bladder, the breast, the spleen, and the stomach. The glands that it affects are the adrenal, the parathyroid, the pineal. Oh, the pineal. The vertebrae, T11, T12, and L1. These are in our spine. The spinal cord segments, T11, T12. The sensory is the maxillary. Thank you. Okay, as long as we know how to sound out letters, we can pronounce. Thank you so much, Queen, for that sinus. So, and then you look at your muscular, it's the trunk, and then your joints are the anterior knee and the mandible. And then they even go deeper with other relationships, ailments of the urinary bladder, communication, dialysis, limbic region, large amalgamins, very impactful, mammary glands, pain in the posterior shoulder. Okay, I do have a challenge here. Periarthritis, humor scapularis, the pineal thermal and turbulence, waking sleep state, the servo steering of osmosis, and will often radiate to the ear. Now, I had not read all this for that tooth. I looked at the information for my other tooth, but you'll see why now, when we transfer from this slide to the next one, you'll understand why oil pulling can help many of these areas. Like if you know you have a weakness in one area, if you know you have you like sweets, then maybe it's best for you to do some more exercise to keep moving, you know, and think about your sweets in a different way. There are many different alternative, there are other sweeteners like succant, that's spelled S-U-C-C-A-N-T, that can be used. We can substitute sugars with maple syrup or organic maple syrup. Also our honey, but you have to watch your honey because they put other ingredients in that too. They can call high fructose corn syrup natural sugars now. Your FDA approved that. I mean, our FDA. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Where am I? Okay. So now we'll take a look at the oil pulling. A little thing is in the way. All right. So And this, like I said, the looking at our teeth, it affects, like Mama Raziya said, that it affects our digestion and our oral health, as well as how we function in the world. So preventative maintenance. So I looked at some of the things that they brought out for purposing for the oil pulling. It's beneficial to strengthen the jaws, depth of voice, flabbiness of face, improving gustatory sensation and good taste for food. Once used to this practice, you never get dryness of throat, nor do his lips ever get cracked. His teeth will be ever carious and will be deep rooted. He will not have the toothache, or his teeth will not be set on the edge by sour intake. And the teeth can chew even through the hardest edibles. And I remember, Mama, we talked about that the other day, about your friend. What did she share with you about what we should be able to do with our teeth?
Well, we had, for one of our Healing Sport Network gatherings, we had a dentist as our guest presenter, and she talked about dental health. She was from the continent. I think she was from Nigeria. And she said, I have grieved about what I see in America. Your teeth are so weak, and you seem to be able to chew so little. She says in Africa, we have many people who still can bite through a chicken bone. And the people in our room said, wow. But she was saying, I'm finding patients here in America who can't bite into an apple successfully, can't chew carrot sticks or this. And this is very serious, she says, and that we really should get into strengthening our gums and strengthening our teeth. And we should not bow down to the suggestion that we just eat soft foods. That was really creating more problems for us. We need to exercise the gums and exercise the structure of our mouths through chewing something of substance. So it was an interesting session. I wish I could still find the recording of it, but that stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah, you never hear of someone about exercising the gums
Right.
in the mouth. I mean, you just brush them and you go on about your day. But I've never heard like the exercises for, and of course, in my situation, I do have to stay away from, I can't bite into an apple and God forbid, a carrot. This is good information. Yeah.
Thank you. So that's what sent Mama Raziya and I on the whole mission of looking into the oil pulling a little deeper. Okay. So now we'll look at the oil pulling. So oil pulling is there is a built-in wisdom that the body has the intelligence to heal itself. With time and assistance, oil pulling assists the endocrine and immune system to make its own antibacterial and anti-inflammatory painkiller and anabolic chemicals to cure and heal gum and other diseases. Allergies, cold, headache, asthma, bronchitis, pigmentation, itching, rashing, scars, eczema, digestive, constipation, arthritis, joint pains, heart disease, diabetes, piles, reproductive system for women. These methods help get rid of toxins and heal from within. So for the how, after brushing and rinsing, 2 tablespoons of cold press. Now I use 1 tablespoon. So a lot of these things can be tweaked according to what your needs are. 2 tablespoons of cold pressed sunflower or sesame seed oil and an empty stomach. So what you're doing is you're going to take the oil off of the, eat it off of the spoon. Well, take it into your mouth off of the spoon. Close your mouth, and you don't want to swallow it. So I make sure that I tell people to don't think about gargling, but I pretend with that, when we used to take Jell-O and swish it around in our mouths and turn it into Kool-Aid, but don't swallow it though. You don't want to swallow it because you're pulling toxins out of your body. So you're swishing it around. And they use the example of having your chin up, rinsing the mouth to ensure the oil sweeps over the entire oral cavity, slowly pulling the oil by sipping and sucking with the help of the tongue between gaps of our teeth. So you just consciously, it's hard to describe, but if you close your mouth and use your tongue to swish air, to push air through, if you get something in your teeth, you might suck it to pull it out or blow out to make it go out of your mouth. I don't know if everybody's relating to this with the how when you have things caught up in your teeth. So with the liquid in your mouth, you're swishing it around, just going around side to side, up and down through the top teeth, and just imagine going to each tooth and pushing that oil around, and it's wrapping around your tooth. It'll dig down. I've had oil pulling take out, if you've had those kernels from popcorn and you think you've gotten it with the floss, the oil pulling does an even better job. That's in my experience. It gets better things out than the actual flossing. I like to floss afterwards when I do mine. But the suggestion is between 15 to 20 minutes. Again, you can tweak that according to it, but you do want your oil to get a really, really thin, because at first it's a little thick and it is uncomfortable at first. It's a little weird, but when you think about what you're doing and why you're doing it, it's for the health of your body and not just one part, but many parts. Unlike a medicine, sometimes we take pills and they'll fix one thing and they're ripping up 13 others, so why are we taking this if it's harming us better than it's helping us? And then when you're done, now they say you can put it down the sink, but I don't like that suggestion. I'm thinking that stuff is going to solidify and clog up the sink, because they tell you that when you release it to put it, I like to have like a water bottle or something that I'm going to put it in, but the scent from this is horrific because it is pulling up toxins. It does not smell good. So, I like to go outside and just, do it out maybe on my back porch or whatever, because it's hideous. And that lets me know that it's working. It gets very thin, and when it's time to let it go, it gets very thin. So the oil has a certain thickness, and once you feel it thinning out and it looks kind of like a yellowish color, then you want to spit it out. You don't want to swallow it because it's the toxins from your body. So do your best. If you swallow, it won't take you out or anything, but you just want to make sure that you're spitting it out, and then rinse your mouth through afterwards. But they're saying you can do that. You can brush with your teeth, your toothbrush, and then do the rinsing. Some people even scrape their tongues before, and I suggest first thing in the morning, and you don't want to have anything on your stomach. You want to have an empty stomach, they're suggesting. I've not done it without it, so I don't know. And before you have your coffee and your water, so first thing after you eliminate, get up in the morning and take care of that. And then you could take a shower to help pass the time. Because a lot of people say that it's a lot of time that, it's like, Mom, I had to take so long. Just find something to do. You got some clothes to fold and some things to put in the washing machine to get that done while you're doing that. So I just want you all to, jump in and talk about, your concerns or questions, and we'll see if they can get answered. But I just wanted to really share this because I hear about people talking about many things that they're dealing with. They say that it even helps you rest a little bit better. And so my goal is to help people find a different way to be preventative about our health, rather than having an experience and then needing to do something because it's of dire consequences. So that's why I'm on this mission of study and learn. So I thank you for listening, and I hope you all want to engage about our teeth, and I hope this is useful.
I had a question about where would we get the best product? What are you suggesting in terms of the cold press?
Well, our natural foods.
What would be our suggested places to go?
Well, I've gotten some of mine from Natural Food Patch. I would imagine Trader Joe's would have. And then I'm not suggesting these stores because I'm sure we have stores. I would like to find stores where co-ops, places like that help the community, that are community based. I would rather go to places like that. So when our Detroit Food Network, when we get our co-op, we will be shopping there. They're saying cold pressed. Now, I'm not sure if that's different from organic or what that means, but and then also people may want to use different oils. I've had people tell me they've used black seed oil, coconut oil. Again, there was a recommendation that coconut oil is not recommended for people with silver or amalgam in their mouth. It could be loosening, and actually I do have a tooth that has that challenge as well. On the opposite side, on the upper tooth, so I've got like two areas of concern in my mouth. But those are, find what works for you, because everything doesn't work for everybody. If you like the coconut oil, which I do use, and sometimes I put my teeth CBD oil with it. Sometimes I've been adding my colloidal silver to my swishing. Some people like to put peppermint oil in it to help with the taste, but I just tell myself I can do this 20 minutes and get through it so I can help heal my body, keep my body on a good road, if you will. So, has anybody else ever used the oil pulling method in our community?
Hi, my name is Marlo. I'm not real consistent with it, but now that I'm getting a lot of this information, I'll learn to be more consistent with it. And I just have a question as far as toothpaste. Which ones do you recommend, or do you recommend making your own?
Both. I've done I like to use, my favorite is coconut oil with just a little bit of baking soda, not too much, because I know that can break down the teeth as well. We got to be careful with that. But I like to use baking soda and coconut oil. That's my favorite.
Okay.
And we have people in the community that make toothpaste. I know Mama Shoe's partner, he makes toothpaste, he sells, so we can go to the Goddess Market and get that, or at least connect there. I look for a more natural toothpaste. I like to get toothpaste. I love my black toothpaste, the charcoal toothpaste. I do enjoy that, and I've gotten that at Rite Aid. But as I find more, because all of our, I'm sure that every product we need, a brother or sister makes, or someone that we know that put their hands on it makes, and I like to support them first and foremost. But I like the charcoal toothpaste. The Hello brand. There's a brand called Hello that I like to use. I think Dr. Bonner's has a toothpaste, doesn't he? Does the Bonner, the one that makes the Castle soap? I'm sorry, the Castle soap. I believe they have a toothpaste. I was looking up yesterday and I found a toothpaste that they have. Yes. But you gotta watch out for those ingredients.
They do, and it's fantastic. I love the toothpaste.
Yeah, this is Deidre. Yes, I've done oil pulling before, and I did it with coconut oil. And I'm glad you brought this up, because I'm going to get back on it, because I did stop. So okay. Thank you. Thanks for the presentation.
Can I chime in here? Hi,
Please do.
Raziya invited me to join to listen in. And one of the things that I, for my mouth, I get the food grade hydrogen peroxide, and I use that, and I use some baking soda. I make it up, and I like to use a little lavender oil and a little of the lavender oil, and mix that up. And I do use it. I have a denture partial at the top, and I do soak my partial in that. You know what it does, what I, it foams, and and it just feels so clean. It gets the plaque and the tartar, out. So
Mhm.
that's what.
Miss Brenda, I think we're gonna need to write your recipe down.
What did you use for soaking the partial?
That is the grade hydrogen. And they have the instruction, and they have the dipper, and with I also use the water. I always use the water that I buy, and baking soda and the lavender oil, the Dr. Bonner's lavender oil.
Okay.
That food grade hydrogen peroxide. They give you recipes because you don't want to overdo it, because you will can take yourself out with this stuff.
No, I've been using it for years.
No, I was saying if you do too much, if you don't use the measurements.
Oh, yeah.
That's very important in your dipper, right, Miss Brenda? Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, thank you for that.
Well,
So if we have any ladies that have experience with cracked heels, I must say I'm a dry bird, I'm an earth sign, and I love to go barefoot. So sometimes, and not drink enough water, that's but I'm doing better. I should get some now. But I found that when I use sunflower sesame oil, they don't take care of my heels like the coconut oil does. I can do the coconut oil in one day and my heels will close up. I'm talking about cracked heels on the hooves,
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm good because I've been doing my oil, but sometimes I'll mix, so like I said, with everything, you have to tweak it on what's best for you, because some people might be allergic to certain oils. I don't know. So you want to be careful with that, but those things are key so did anyone have a tooth that they wanted to look at or check on that site? I did send this whole presentation in the chat window, so you all have access to those links. I put them in green, and so when you touch over them, they will take you straight to the page about about the areas that we were looking at. And let me see what else. So if you want, we can take a quick breather. I'm gonna go run and get my toothpaste, because now I need to check the toothpaste that I'm using, and get some water and get your coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was quite informative for me. I've heard of the oil pulling, and I think a woman was at one of our dinner meetups, and she just mentioned it, and people were saying, "What's that?" And a lot of people had not heard of it. And she was a young woman who was saying that she had, during her pregnancies and so forth, she had discovered that she was having some dental problems, and she did not want to expose herself to chemicals and going to the dentist and having the chemicals put in to deaden the tooth or what have you. And that's how she got to learning about the powers of oil pulling. And as with the sister Hetheru here, she started researching and found a whole world of knowledge out there, a whole body of support for her desire to take care of herself and not expose herself and her baby in utero to that extra chemicals that you can encounter in a dentist office. So I'm pleased that we're having this today, and I know that I'm certainly going to start looking more into what we're doing, because there's toothpaste, there's mouthwash, there are lozenges, there are throat sprays, and so many things that we buy over counter, and some things that are prescribed. And what we're learning through this discussion is many harmful products are being sold to us, sometimes at a hefty price. It's very, very serious. And we are in the position to influence our families and our young people. And this information can go a long way in saving health, saving our teeth, and also saving our bodies. Because where do toxins go? Inside.
Yeah.
And they come out in forms that we would not have imagined. Absolutely. Lena Doney. Oh, I see.
Did any get that too?
Looking at my products.
I see Pam's hand raised as well, so want to make sure we acknowledge.
Okay,
him.
Pam, go ahead.
I really want to thank you, Mama Raziya and Mama Hetheru, for bringing this information. It just reminds me of just how amazing the human body is that God created. It just I never knew that a tooth would have anything to do with the rest of the body. It's just amazing to me. Wow. You just never know what's going on inside the body and why it does certain things when you don't know what anything has to do with the other inside your own body. It's just really amazing to me. I just wanted to say thank you again.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. Your earlobes, your hands, your feet. I think it's some more, but I think those places also. So they're all connected. Body's amazing. So Mama Nawili.
Yes.
Our star who was posing with Baba yesterday. I was like, I think this is our sister with the Baba. I've only seen you sitting in lotus style, but I think that was you. I had to share the picture. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I'm getting posting in here.
yeah, thank you for sharing the picture because I hadn't seen it. So I was really grateful. So now it's the picture I feel has gone around the world, which is our world, which is very. Thank you all. Thank you for your comments, your love. And thank you so much. I truly, truly honor your energy and your knowledge and wisdom. Made me go pull out my toothpaste, which is Jason's. It's called Power Smile Whitening Paste. And it says fluoride free, SLS free, gluten free, no parabens, no artificial colors, no sweeteners, no saccharin, no polyethylene glycol, no gluten, but it says none of those, but it doesn't say what's in here.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it says all that. And of course, it's very cool. It's vanilla peppermint. So they do have questions and comments, which is, okay, so it says, perk up your smile with whiteners, calcium carbonate, which I know is a calcium that most bodies can tolerate, and baking soda, infused with grapeseed oil, perilla seed extracts, and it says absolutely no sugars, and peppermint oil. So might be, yeah.
What's the name of that again, please?
It's Jason's Power Smile Whitening Paste.
Power Smile Paste.
And I
Whitening.
know I bought this at Sprouts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it at Sprouts.
Now, really, can you put that in the chat?
Sure, absolutely.
And where you got it from?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks again.
And at that point, we are at 9:02 and we must bid a farewell for the day to Facebook and YouTube. But we do want you to join us. If you go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and just hit that, get your ticket, it's free. And you can use that ticket forever. You only have to register once. We invite you to come and join us. We will be continuing to 10 o'clock only on Zoom. So ladies, let's bid them good day. We love you and we are out. Come on and join us.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mama Queen Aduni, I saw you with your toothpaste. I hope you don't. I hope you're not disappointed in yours like I'm disappointed in mine.
You know what? I have Burt's. Let me see, where am I at? Burt's Bees,
Okay.
Purely White. Some of these words I can't even say.
That's all right. Look, just walk up to them and attack them like I did. I'll break up those syllables and sound it. That's what I used to tell
And
my
then
kids.
look them up.
Right.
About a myrrh or coconut wrench. I'm just throwing that out there because you know me, I came in late.
No, you know it's divine order. We don't have late. You came in right when we switched over to just Zoom.
Thank you. I was trying to put it in Lane's turn.
All right. So what did you say? What were the two things you used? You said coconut.
A coconut wrench, coconut oil wrench.
Okay.
It's good for the gums. It's good for the gums, conditioning the gums, and believe it or not, it's good for the breath, the gums. It get down in between for like in fighting infection.
Right. It sounds similar to the coconut oil, using the coconut oil for the oil pull. Yes, thank you. The keyword.
Oh, okay. Same thing. Yeah, but you can just use the coconut oil every once in a while just for that good old wrench. And myrrh, read about myrrh. You might find that in a lot of your total natural products. Myrrh.
Right.
And I'm trying to think. Neem. Did y'all talk about neem?
No.
Neem oil.
Paste. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Say it again, Hetheru.
Neem oil, the neem oil.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Neem, neem.
I've seen when I was looking up toothpaste, alternative toothpaste, I saw the neem oil in some products. And neem is good for a lot of things. It's not just, neem is a good overall, if I'm not mistaken. But Mama Sheila Queen Aduni, did you get to your word?
Well, no, I was just
Because I like to just go to that Merriam dictionary and hit that definition. You know, they got the little speaker. I was always wondering, like, what's that speaker for? Sound out the word.
Yeah. What it's saying is, okay, we don't add what you don't want. It's not tested on animals. It's made without sodium lauryl sulfate and the triclosan.
Right.
And parabens is not made with that. Not made with artificial flavors or sweeteners. Okay. Not made with preservatives and blue, red, yellow dyes.
Oh, there it is.
Not made with plastic microbeads.
Okay.
So it doesn't say what is made, but it tells you what is not in there.
They so slick with it. They slick with it.
Okay, it says it's fluoride free.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Let's see, fluoride. We need to bring the eye doctor on here too. Okay.
Hey, you should take a picture with your phone and blow it up. Use your technology. Yeah. Because
Yes,
words are
please bring the eye doctor.
Use that first eye, that third eye.
We know that not everyone wants fluoride, but we all want a clean and fresh experience. We've
Right.
carefully crafted this essential oil flavored toothpaste without fluoride, leaving you the choice, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, Queen Duna. You did very good with your glasses.
I get a star right here.
Yes.
We have Nawili wants to join in.
Yes. Come on now.
Yes, I wanted to share that when I was in DC recently, a sister I hadn't seen in years gave me one of her products she makes, and I can get the information. She makes a myrrh and golden seal tooth powder. And so what I do after I brush the first time, then I put a little of the powder on my toothbrush and I go back in again. And I definitely go, massage those gums with it. And it's, I think it's like very beneficial. It's a very simple, it's just powder and it only takes less is more, a tiny bit. So I can get the information and get it back to everybody if anyone's interested.
Yeah,
Okay.
please
You got to start your homework.
Have y'all talked about charcoal?
No, but I do use it with my toothpaste. It is in my toothpaste. Mama Raziya, did you have something you want to share, dear?
Yeah, I just wanted to share with you. I went and got a toothpaste out of the bathroom, and I just this is one that's suggested by the average dentist. It's on the senior list of things that we should purchase as being very good. It says Sensodyne Pronamel toothpaste for sensitive teeth and cavity prevention. And when you look at all the ingredients and so forth on the back, it just helps us to look at the importance of what the sister is sharing with us today. You'll see quite a few of the ingredients that are not, not safe, not good, but this is what we are faced with. And as Pam was saying, there's just so much lack of discussion about the serious importance of the teeth and how they affect the rest of our body. So that's one that I found in my bathroom that was a part of our package of things that are good for seniors.
Right. All right. So we need to put that on our list to be careful for. Now I have my highfalutin self, because I'm all conscious and everything. And my look, and my toothpaste says that it has sodium saccharin. So my saccharin is super powered. And I have the sodium bismuth. No, that's sodium lauryl glutamate. So anyway, this is a no. I'm gonna let this one go. So now that's Rite Aid. I usually get the brand X brand because sometimes they have the best stuff. They have no naughty ingredients, but I'm gonna put this down. But I'll use the Hello brand. I need to see what their ingredients are.
Hello. I have the Tom's activated charcoal.
Right. Yours, I like your ingredients, but you said they didn't have a whole lot of what's in there, but they told you what's not. So
Yeah, well, no, that was the
Oh, that
Burt.
was your Burt's. Okay, okay.
That was Burt's.
I
Mhm.
know that company's been sold. The person who started Burt's doesn't own it anymore. That's not this discussion, but I just wanted to make note. You know, if it was nice before, you know, somebody will buy it and change it up. So you think you're still getting the same quality and they'll trip you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't Tom's products good? That whole,
I've used them.
Yeah,
so in other words, do the research on each product, right?
We have to, because
Uh-huh.
they'll tell us that it's all right. I'm organic. I got charcoal. I'm whitening. I don't know. And you know, everybody's white is not going to be the same. Why are we all attempting to whiten our teeth? You know, what is that movement? Sometimes I get when they do things like that, I'm like, let me see what's going on first. The charcoal, I know charcoal is good. They use charcoal to clean the body out if people have a drug overdose or any drug. If you want to clean your body out of any type of drugs to wipe it out, they'll give you charcoal. I know that.
My Indian friends from the other side of the world, they use the charcoal and they use it with their finger. They don't even use a brush. They use the powder and use their finger and rub it in. Rinse.
So it's very effective.
So go ahead.
I'd like to just ask here, we haven't talked about the problems in our teeth, you know, the people who've had abscesses, who've had loose tooth, who've had tooth extractions, who've had swollen gums and all the many things.
Bleeding gums.
How are these members, how are we to look at this whole issue of the tooth care, the natural tooth care? Is there a time when it's too late? It's never too late, but you know, if we could just get some comments, it may not be enough time, but there are many issues in our community in terms of poor teeth, missing teeth, poor health. And I just want to share with you how I felt as a young social worker getting out into the community and dedicated to do good work. And I found out that for men and women who were on some type of assistance, ADC, GA, and whatever, that there was no support for them to keep their teeth. If you had a toothache, you went in and you were often told that all we can do is pull that tooth. We cannot give you support or treatment, a filling or anything. And that was to me very extreme, but it woke me up in terms of how important it is to learn to care for our teeth at a very early age.
Right.
Because a lot of us did not realize how serious it would be to mistreat our teeth, to eat all the sugars, to not know how to brush properly, to not take care of our gums. When you get to the point of a problem, this society didn't have many healthy solutions.
Mom, I just want to also bring to a awareness that root canals are very dangerous as well. If they're not done properly, that's a challenge. My mother developed ALS after she got a root canal. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just talking about what the experience was. Hearing a lot of people that are having challenges after having root canals. Now, I don't know what order the hands were up, and I want to, and thank you, Mama Raziya, for bringing that up, because we need to start dental health early. You know, they tell you just brush your teeth. They don't tell you anything's going to happen after you learn about brushing your teeth. They don't tell you about what happened. They brush your teeth 3 times a day after every meal, and I don't think I've ever done that. I know I haven't.
Brenda, you want to join in?
Brenda.
when you were talking about the teeth, one of the things, I was going to the dentist, and I started noticing about, had to be 10 years ago now, the shift in my lower gum. And the dentist didn't do anything, didn't tell me anything. And I was asking about that. And I found out now that it was the loss of the bone in the teeth that caused shift, or the gums, or wherever the dentist was telling, the new dentist that I have now. But is there anything that you know about that could have prevented, because I see a lot of seniors where they shift and they just start coming together at the lower part. And the only option now is to have them pulled and have a partial put there, but I was wondering if caught early, was there something that could have been done?
Now, Mama Brenda, I have a girlfriend that's my age that just told me that she's experienced bone loss and her tooth is falling from the bone. I'm gonna look into that.
Okay.
Mama Owl?
Mama Hiwa, just say Hiwa.
Oh, I thought you said that the H was silent. When you went. Okay.
I feel the, just say Mama Hiwa. I want to jump back to Queen Raziya when she was talking about back then they just pull your teeth out. My mother lost her teeth at 33. All of her teeth at 33 due to, back then they call it pyrrhea gums.
Yeah.
And that's bleeding gums. She said she would bite into a piece of bread and her gums would bleed.
Yeah.
But the only thing they could do at that time, because lack of knowledge, is to pull it out. But a lot of things you're saying, you have to reflect and refer back to diet. And just like we come into this earth, we slowly leave this earth. So yes, we're gonna have bone loss. We die a little bit every day. So yes, we're gonna have bone loss. I'm at the stage where, yes, for health, I felt to my better half that it had to be removed, because you have to worry about things that get into your blood system. What does it do? It goes straight to your heart. So I'm just saying that it starts with the diet. Sugar is a killer. Sugar is the #1 killer. It's enough that we get our natural sugars, but then all this additive sugar. So they all lead back to the topic at hand, is reading the labels. Studying what you, look up everything that you can't pronounce. Look it up.
Yeah.
Sac is sugar.
Yeah, we talked about that. Sister Brenda.
That's what I get for jumping in my time.
That's all right. You good, Mama. You good. Oh, you brought up a chew stick. For my daughter, instead of giving those doggone plastic toys, I don't know what the plastic's made out of, and I don't know what your oil is inside these teething rings. But Isis had chew sticks, baby. She did not use teething. Sister Brenda, did you want to?
Yeah, I just comment off of about the heart, because when my daughter, she had the pyrrhea, had to have eventually her teeth removed, but she had to have open heart surgery. And before they would do that, she had to go to the dentist to get it cleaned from all of that. They would not do any operation at all before her teeth were clean. And that was the first time that and this has been a long time ago, learned that of the importance of the teeth and the heart, so yeah, she's absolutely right. You have to get that clean.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing. I don't know if Pam was next or Mama Bay.
Mama Ayaba.
Yeah, go to Pam first, come back to me.
Okay.
Miss Pam, given the baton, please.
Well, I wanted Mama Ayaba to go first because she might answer the question, but I'm going to ask the question since she put it in the chat. What is an African chew stick?
That's what, go ahead. That's what she was saying that she gave her daughter.
I'm not
Tell me
sure.
what it is.
It's
Don't know
Mama.
what it is.
Howard might need to tell me what it's made out of. It's bark, a tree bark. Is it bark?
Yes, it comes off a tree in Africa. I don't know the name of the tree, but people in Africa have been using it forever. And they take it, they take the twig, it's like a twig that comes off of the branch on the tree. And they just break it off and chew it. They used to be really available. I have no idea if they're still around now, but back in the day before they turned African culture into a fad, the chew stick was definitely available. You might be able to find it at some Senegalese store or somebody who got Africans.
They used to have them hanging out of their mouth like spliffs back in the day. Everybody used to have chew sticks. A lot of people.
It was there.
I was one of them.
It was their toothpick. It was their toothpick.
It was their toothbrush too. It was their toothbrush. It was their toothbrush too.
Right.
They clean everything. Gums.
They're wonderful. Probably need to get back to that.
I just use that as a reference that you always see it hanging out their mouth. So it was like a toothpick, but yes, they were constantly, we didn't know what they were doing, but they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, because I used to, I would rub each one. Yep.
I'm looking up, I'm looking for the page in Louise Hay's book, Gum Problems, Inability to Back Up Decisions, Wishy-washy about life. And the mantra you say is, I am a decisive person. I follow through and support myself with love. These things we're talking about, we're not a piece of a body. The body is one unit and everything functions in sync with itself or with the unit. Unfortunately, for those of us who grew up in the West, these people have the idea that nothing is connected to anything because they're not by nature, to me, this is my own opinion, connected to anything. They come under the Alegba energy in the Yoruba system, the Sebek energy in the Kemetic system, which means that thinking is relatively linear, wherein our thinking is circulinear. We are people who see the connection through our ancestors. We look at our ancestors, we see somebody that look like somebody, talk like somebody. We know there's this continual connection. In the Chinese system, it's called the meridian system. And if you look that up on your computer or anywhere, you'll see the lines of the meridian, which means the energy flow that connects one part of your body to the other part. I've been doing Chinese acupuncture and chiropractic medicine and naturopathic medicine for well over 40 years. I mean, it's just a natural thing for me to do. When my daughter was born, after a month, I took her to the chiropractor. Somebody said, why you take a little kid like that to the, I took her to the chiropractor, and sure enough, he had to make an adjustment because the child has to come through the birth canal. And this you don't know what happens when that doctor or the midwife removes the child from the womb. You can't see inside of it unless you're a special person who has these gifts. So just like the sister was teaching us how each tooth is connected to various organs in the body, the meridian system, which I really suggest we as a group really look it up. I'm going to do a presentation on it one day. However, right now, I just want to share with you so you know that it exists. If you look at your spinal column, every bone is connected to every nerve somewhere in your body. I had problems with my gums. They said, my cousin told me that my name was on a list at the hospital because my father had what they call pyorrhea. And so I suppose I was supposed to get it. I got something. And the lady told me, the dentist said she's gonna take out all of my teeth. I said, I don't think so. So she didn't, I didn't go back. I went to the books and went to research. And I made my own tooth powder, excuse me, with myrrh and golden seal and a few other things. I tried everything. Excuse me. I tried lemon juice, whatever it took to heal my gums. So then I ran across this woman, Louise Hay, and found what she said. And I checked myself to see if I fit the description of wishy-washy. And I said, yes, you sure, I sure do. Because I will say I'm gonna do this, and then I change my mind and do that. Or I say I'm gonna do that and change my mind and do this. So we have to really be introspective with ourselves and look outside of the United States for help. When I had a tumor, the lady, I went to the doctor's office. When I saw this man walk through with a big black case, and in my mind, I said, oh, he's a drug dealer. So when I got in her office, she had a bunch of stuff on her desk. And she said, you want to try this? And I said, do you want to try it? And she said, oh, you're so funny. I said, I'm not being funny. I don't want to try that. And you haven't tried it. Why would I try it? And eventually she treated, she gave me something to stop your cycle. I forget what they call that stuff. And then I went to a naturopathic doctor from Bermuda, and he asked me one simple question. Do you want your reproductive organs to atrophy? I didn't know what that was. And I said, what is that? He said, look it up. And he gave me a dictionary. When I read what atrophy was, which meant they would shrink down to nothing, I said, no, I don't want that. So I didn't take her pills for birth control. And then birth control became a thing. And sisters began to take birth control. And then as they got older, they got cancer, thinking that nothing was connected to nothing else. Fortunately for me, at the time I was a little girl, something came out in England called thalidomide. Anybody who's over 65 probably know about thalidomide.
We do.
That stuff. And babies were born with no eyelids. Babies were born with legs coming out of their stomach. Babies were born with fingers coming out their shoulders. I mean, it was just horrifying. And I said, well, I ain't taking nothing. My father told me as a little girl, don't put nothing in your body that you can't get out.
Come on with it now.
Yes.
So that's how I've lived my life. And it really would behoove you. I'll see if I can get the brother I know who knows Chinese medicine and bring him on, because it would behoove all of us to learn about all these, as many different Eastern systems of treating this body, because the West is limited. They are they're like little spoiled children. If they can't claim that they created or invented it, they don't want to know about it. And that has passed down, the pike. So thank you for bringing this. I don't want to talk too much because I can go. I'm like that other sister.
All right, you get your wind out, Mama. It's all good. Please hold that Louise Hay mantra, because I would like to see if that I would like to offer if that could be our affirmation when we get ready to get off. If that's okay, if nobody
you want me to
add it
to type it in.
Yeah,
you want me to type it in the chat?
But I'd like that to be our mantra if we could today. I would really like for that. Mama Brenda, were you ready to speak again?
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, please.
I wanted to speak on what she was talking about, Louise Hay. That's I've been with her for a long time, and there is a video that I use often. It's assisting your own healing. And, it's a wonderful video, and I use it for my health. But I'm a Buddhist, and I've been practicing Buddhism for a long time. And that Eastern philosophy is so powerful. And people just think that we just chant, but it's not just chanting. It is healing. And I have seen, just like with, I have seen so many miracles where you can your life and gain your life force. I'm telling you, because of the systemic lupus that I had been diagnosed with 97, and been very at times, near death and all that. And the power of the chanting I just can't explain it. It's something that you have to do it, to know it, and it is and it touches generations, and they talk about that, the generational uh, um, for 7 generations before and after in the future, and it is all inclusive and it's powerful. I tried to share it with people. Many people don't want it. A lot of people do, but it's healing, healing, healing powerful. And they won't tell you. They won't tell you about it unless you start doing it. Not secretive. It's called the mystic law. And it really is mystic. It's mystical.
Right. You don't want good information to go on ears that you want to plant a seed, but why share if you're not really ready to receive? Plant the seed, but
Yeah.
because another thing that I think about is that when we pray, when we meditate, or when we chant, we have to also make sure that we mean it. We'll pray and say, "Oh Lord, I want this, that, and the other." And then when you get it, "Oh God, da 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 da." Are you complain? You're gonna come when you get what you asked for. Then you complain about it. You have to mean it when you ask for something, so that it can be a conviction. That's why I say I don't like that word. I'm gonna try to get through. No, I'm not gonna try to get through nothing. I already owe 20 push-ups. But I'm not going to do that. I want it to be successful. When I get it, I'm grateful. We have to remember to be grateful and creative. That's how we make it.
There's a saying that in a source that my daughter came up with. She said he calls it, Ron F. Man calls it true lies. True lies. You say, you know exactly what I'm talking about, just what you just said. We say we want it, and then we get it, we don't.
Yeah.
But this is a process. A process to train your mind and train your heart and train your thoughts. It's a process. We speak a language that the Native American Indians call, say the white man speaks with a forked tongue. A forked tongue. That means it's split. He said one thing won't mean another. He'll give you a smile and stab you in the back.
Right.
There's a phrase that says association brings on assimilation. What you were just speaking about, the Bible says, I love all the books because the knowledge from the ancient time, I always say the older, further back it goes, the closer it is to the beginning, which is the closer it is to God. To me, that's my thoughts. So when I when I look at the separation, like in the language, the Bible says in the beginning was what? The word. The word. The word. And what did the sister just say about the chants that the Buddhists do and how healing it is? It's the word. The power is in the word. They say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words will destroy you. Words will destroy you. Words can kill you. People talk about voodoo. What is voodoo? What is it? It's using words through the power of your mind to
Leave
affect
me alone is what voodoo is. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
What?
I said voodoo is leave me alone.
It's nothing but your own thoughts. That white boy called it voodoo because that was the French word for our people being able to transmit their thoughts. We do it all the time. Grandmother, I would dream my grandmother and my whole family, which is too big to fit behind the door. I dreamed they were all lined up behind my door. And I woke up, it was so real. But my thoughts said, you dreamed that because your grandmother wants to hear from you. I called my grandmother. My grandmother picked up the phone and she said, Myra, it's about time you called me. I didn't even say hello. See, because she wanted to hear from me. My mother prayed for me to get pregnant. I was pregnant at 37. I went to the Babalawo. I asked him, why am I pregnant at 37? I want to sing. I'm done with wanting to be pregnant. And he said, he laughed. He said, your ancestors have chosen this man to be your baby's father. You had nothing to do with it. Somebody prayed for you to get pregnant. Long story short, go home, stay with my mom. My mom come downstairs 2 in the morning. I'm eating pancakes. She said, why are you down here eating pancakes 2 in the morning? Are you pregnant? And I lied because I wanted to let it run it, you know. But instead I said, yeah, I'm pregnant. She said, thank God I prayed for this.
Right.
See, the man who gave me the reading was in California. He hadn't talked to my mom. I'm sharing this with you, let you know that although we have this mind and we got knowledge and we've done this and the third in this life, a lot of what you think is your decisions, a lot of what you think is coming from you is coming all the way down the lineage. That connection, the same connection we have in our bodies is the same connection we have spiritually. These ancestors, they are no joke.
Right.
My mother wasn't even an ancestor. And mother power, there's nothing on earth that can touch it.
That's right.
So use your mother power.
And so that's like you said, Mama, it ties right in with the body and the body connections, how everything is connected. And so, and everything is important we think the smallest thing is very important. Something as little as our tooth
Well, I
affects our
pulled my
body.
teeth, some of my teeth came right on out in my hand. I went home to my cousin's funeral and I'm driving and these are cousins I grew up with. I mean, really, like they were my brothers. And this tooth came out for Leon and this tooth came out for Thomas. I said, what the heck? So anyway.
Right.
We
Okay.
have Deetra wants to join us.
Yeah, Deetra.
Okay, thank you. Sister Brenda, Mother Brenda, I want to know, you mentioned Buddhist chant, in regards to health. I have a sister-in-law that she was a Buddhist at one time, only one in my family that I knew of. And I would love to go and see her in the hospital now because she's in the hospital bedridden. I would love to chant for her. If you can share what that chant is, that would be great.
Certainly. And you've probably heard it because it is Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. It is the one that Tina Turner and it's SGI USA Buddhism, and it's out of Japan. The SGI is, and we chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. I can send you, if you give me information, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the chant. There is the video, and you can hear the chant.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'll put my email in the chat.
Or
You know what? I just, excuse me, Mama Brenda. I would just like to put that on the table. I mean, we may need to visit and have a session for chanting if that's something we can put in the future, Queen Aduni. If we can put that in the future for us to do some chanting, because I think that's important. I don't know if anybody else is interested, but I would like to see that somewhere down the line, if that's okay. But I just want to recap and just go back over that we were really diving deeply into our oral health. I have provided the link in the chat if you all would like to look at the presentation just to kind of glaze over what we were talking about today, because our oral health is so important. Our chewing of food, making sure that we're chewing for our digestive health as well. And our colon is also so important, and elimination. So we want to make sure that we take a look at that and share that information and look up more information, and maybe on the Elizabeth page add some commentary to what you found. If you looked up toothpaste and found some good toothpaste, if you're interested in attempting the oil pulling and whatnot. So Mama Hawa, did you want to share, please?
Just recapping on the subject, and basically not just diet, but We fight off toxins and chemicals and environment, and we have to rely on nature. Um, Sage, peppermint, thyme, rosemary, clover. You say what's for the teeth? These things are for the teeth, just like it's for the body.
Right.
Turmeric, garlic.
Mm-hmm.
You can take these herbs fresh or dry. You can experiment with them by knowing what you're working with.
Exactly.
You know, neem, holy basil. All this is sage. For
And
the
we've
gums.
aborted those things. We've aborted all of our herbs because we got into this faster paced life, and I ain't got time to go bend over and go pick no weeds out the ground because I need to hurry up and get to work. So I need to go grab my toxic toothpaste with my toxic toothbrush and go to my toxic job. You know,
Well, no, and then they so toxic that they couldn't see the light anyway. But for those, this is our life force energy. You're talking about energy. We have to realize anything you pull off the shelf is for a profit.
That's right.
And product. We
Right.
are the product.
If I don't make sugar, you won't go. If I don't make sugar, you won't go to the dentist. And if you don't go to the dentist, you won't have to go to the doctor. And
if
all
you
of these people are feeding each other.
Yeah, and if you know the history of sugar, it make you never want to touch sugar again.
It stinks when you open it.
The back of our people. Just me learning that, I said I would never support sugar again.
That part.
Yeah. So you look up the history of sugar pertaining to our people that was brought over here to work in the sugar fields and the sugar cane fields. Big profit. They needed somebody to do the work off our backs. So that's why I say, we really have to get back to nature. She holds
We've
all
aborted
our,
it, right?
yeah, she holds all our tools. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. You
You
pick
sure
up
don't need us.
right. You pick up a peppermint leaf. You put it in your mouth and you chew it. The peppermint is
That's right.
information.
Fresh
It's
breath. And we were told that whatever's growing in your area is what your area either you need or your area needs. Now we have Queen Anne's lace. Is that the birth control? Queen Anne's lace is for birth control, or what a carrot? Oh, it does what a carrot does. I guess I might be wrong about the birth control. But a carrot. Which my sister here says what a carrot would do, and I'm gonna have to get you. Gonna have to come on here with us and talk to us too, Miss Lady. You need to come listen and talk with the Elizabeth. I just want to thank everybody for coming on today, and please go look at that tooth chart. That's an interactive web page where you can click on that tooth and see what it's connected to, and find some answers. You might not, a lot of times people will have ailments, and they're like, "Why is my so and so hurting?" Well, aside from being at a place you're not happy with, or not happy with some part of your life, or sleeping incorrectly, or it may be because that tooth was bumped or knocked out or whatever. Make the connections. Reconnect. That's why I said I'm about reconnecting us with our bodies. We have to,
spirit,
because
mind, and body.
they're so important. If you hurt a finger, it's not just gonna even in our hand we have that connectivity. Your pancreas, your liver. I don't know which ones are which, but the fingers. This hand is a whole map. But somebody, oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I just really like that tooth map because it gives the musculature, the spine, the space, the gland, organs and muscles. That it breaks down what tooth is connected to those areas. And now my tooth, that tooth that I noticed that was out, is connected to that. What did I say? My shoulder, because I've been having this problem. So you can read your body. And that Louise Hay book that Mama mentioned is a very good book to use to understand that, sometimes we're having challenges because we're not speaking up. You might not have to speak, you might have to write, you might have to dance it out. Use your talents and your skills.
to get these things out, because our mouths, we don't, I'm sure many of us have an issue with our mouth area because we don't speak up, or sometimes we speak up and people shut it down. So why wouldn't the mouth be affected? Why wouldn't the teeth and the tongue and the gums be affected? Because we don't, especially as Black folks, when we see foolishness going on.
In
Yeah,
school, they taught us to brush our teeth, but they never told us to floss.
No, but look, Mama, as we learned today, that some of the floss got some of the crap the toothpaste has in it that'll mess you up. So, and what did we use? What were we using for floss? Probably Vines.
Oh, that chew stick is liquid root.
Okay.
Just to throw that
Okay.
out there. I just thought about it.
I know my daughter would use the chew stick when she was getting teeth, and she would go through the chew sticks quicker than her dad would. I was flabbergasted by that. Totally flabbergasted. We have natural things for everything. When did we stop believing in nature?
when convenience came.
Easy.
Marketing is propaganda, as the Rasta brothers say.
Yeah.
A propaganda is something.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yeah.
Well, there is something that has come to me just very vividly during this discussion today, and that is that we don't talk enough about what's happening to each other, what's happening to us. I'm realizing that there is a reason why the dentists now have asked people to get a clearance from the heart doctor or from your medical doctor before you have a root canal or dental surgery or dental work done. And I don't know what age group they start with, but I know I was in my 50s and I went to get a filling or something like that. And the doctor says, we're going to have clearance. We're going to have clearance from your medical doctor before we can do anything. But I'm here to testify that I know 3 people who have had serious complications in the dentist office when they were receiving a root canal. One person that's very close to me, a young woman, working full time, went on her, I think she took a half day to go and get to the dentist. And in the dentist chair, while they were preparing for the root canal, I don't know how far they had gotten, but she had a serious rise in blood pressure to stroke level. They rushed her from the dentist office to the hospital, and she stayed in the hospital 2 weeks. They could not get blood pressure down. They were doing this and that and that. But prior to this experience with the root canal, she saw herself as a very healthy woman. She had never had any inkling that she could have blood pressure problems or anything. Well, she came out of that after 2 weeks of being in the hospital. She never was able to go back to full time. The doctors would not clear her for anything more than a 20-hour week. Very soon after that, she had her first stroke. And to this day, she has had 4 strokes. She continues to live. She's been on the edge of barely there. And it's just amazing. It's so hurtful to me to think about that experience that she's going through. And I am just so grateful for the discussion we've had today. I would like to request that this body, the Elizabeth group, might look into what is going on with us in terms of some of these dental procedures.
What about our teeth?
included. But, we have a lot going on and we don't know about. There was a time when Healing Support Network said, let's get a bad list circulating of those doctors that we have been hurt by. If you've gone to a doctor and had this horrendous experience, is there something you can do to keep your sister or your brother from having that same experience? Do we keep it secret? So we need to, I don't know the answer yet, but there could be something more that we could do to help each other understand the need to look at natural ways of healing, be a natural path person, and stop being guinea pigs or being hurt. Nobody could take back what had happened to this young woman. And she lives today a very different life from what expected for her.
Wow.
So I'd like
This network.
We
has
lost
been-
your visual, Raziya. But I'd like to know, are there holistic dentists?
I believe Mama Raziya says she knows the young lady. I mean, she may have access to the dentist. Mama Raziya, did you say you have access to that one dentist that you were talking with, or we can
The
find?
holistic,
some?
yeah.
that dentist I no longer have contact with, but we do have listings that you can find in some of the natural magazines.
Oh, yes.
Who's no longer is in existence, but magazines like that will have they will have one or two natural dentists. But let's take that on, sister, you and me. Let's take that on as an assignment this coming week that we see who is available in our area. And let's also take on the assignment of teaching each other. I am so thankful and impressed by some of the information that was shared here today from those of you who are on this call. And so we may decide to have a more sessions. Healing Support Network has declared the month of June as our startup month for garden yard sessions. We've been sitting out in the yard every Thursday. And next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the very next Thursday will be our opening.
Okay.
And that'll
What time, Raziya?
until October.
What time do you guys come together?
We start at 4 o'clock. It's from 4 to 7.
Mhm.
If a person is on a different schedule and needs to come earlier because he or she is maybe working afternoons or whatever, we have been able to have things prepared at 1. We used to open at 1, but we had very few people.
Right.
They usually showed up after 4. So we said, well, we can save our energy and just focus on the time that's good for everyone.
Mhm.
So we'll be sharing some specific information with you. We have to do it a little bit differently this year for many reasons, but we so look forward to that. But that's a big open space. The sister Hetheru and I talked about the fact that there are some open spaces out in the air where we can get together and discuss these issues. And I think we talked about getting a manual or a booklet or something together that would have listings of the holistic dentist, listings of where to get these certain products, and who in our community is willing to be a coach or a support person. I used to have the term of growing a person, and I called it social mentor.
Yeah.
That's it. That sounds about right.
And because there are those of us who are babes in the woods, we may even have gray hair and so forth, but we still have so many things that we don't know, that we were not privy to.
Yeah.
So each one teach one is so important to keep in mind. But when you have an experience that you would never want to have again, and you'd never want to see anyone else go through, how do you make that happen?
Share it.
You know, and I've begun to, with looking at some of Louise Hay's works and so forth, be reminded that I want to stop using the term "I'm trying to do this or that."
Go, let it go, and do
I
25.
want to
You'll have
just
great
say,
eyes for a new vocabulary.
yeah, I'm doing this, or I'm working on this. But to cut out that trying, because I found that it was a crutch for me. I could and I didn't feel good about what I was seeing or in myself. So I'm trying to cancel the word.
You're
See, I
trying
just
to?
said
I
it.
am
Just said
canceling.
it. Yeah,
I am canceling.
I am canceling the word trying as much as I can in my daily speech and my daily experience, and just do it.
Language is key. That's why I was quoting the part the book said in the beginning was the word. May I make a suggestion to everybody? My
Wait,
daughter's
Mama, when
husband.
you get done, make sure you let out that mantra one more time for us, okay?
All right, it's in the chat, but
Okay.
yeah, I
All
can do
right,
that.
go ahead. All right, thank you.
We're a part Hindi family. My daughter married a Hindu brother, and one of the things he taught me, many things he taught me, but one of the things was to make a tea in the morning with turmeric, milk. I use almond juice, which they call milk, but turmeric, almond milk, and ginger, and honey. So I found this Chinese product that's ginger and honey crystals. So in the morning, I make the turmeric, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a cup of the almond milk, and the little packet of honey ginger crystals. I strongly recommend it because turmeric is an excellent blood purifier and cleanser. When this world over here was saying don't eat spices, they told us don't eat coconut oil. I don't know if y'all remember that. They said coconut oil was gonna put too much fat in your system or something crazy, high cholesterol or something. They said don't eat cayenne pepper. Everything you should eat, they tell you don't eat.
Yeah.
And then finally, now they're just promoting it. Why? Because now they can control a certain portion of the market. Turmeric in an Indian grocery store might cost you $2.99 for a big bag. Turmeric in a health food store is gonna cost you $30, $40, $50, and $60 for some capsules. So whenever you're using other cultures' products, go to their stores, go to their outlets to get it. And to address what you said, Sister Raziya, I've been doing this here body consciousness work since I was 27. I'm now 78. And this is a long, hard road. People are totally convinced that you're crazy or you're doing something that has nothing, that doesn't work. Then I said, well, when I get old, they're gonna tell me, oh, well, that's just you. I'm old now. And they tell me, well, that's just how you are. You always been happy. So the best that we can do is to continue, like you say, the Elizabeths. I see the Elizabeths like a whole tribe, like a whole council of how can I put this? Of initiated women who go out in the world as the mothers and bring this knowledge to our people. Those who receive it was meant to get it, as the people say. I don't know about the mint business, but people say that. And those who reject it, well, They can come back around. They'll be recycled. They can come back and do it again at another time. So that's, I'm
Dr.
done.
Yaba, we have a group now. We call ourselves the Medicine Women on Wheels.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
We got Elizabeth Medicine Women on Wheels.
On wheels, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I was in a workshop about 5 years ago, and the term seasoned women came forth as a term that applies to those of us who have lived a few years and have gained some knowledge. And knowledge is knowing through experience, you know.
And knowing now, K-N-O-W.
Yes, yes. So it's a good time.
Good
One
time.
Louise Hay also says not to use is the word should.
Yeah.
She take that out of your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Well, and Sharon Oliver introduced me to turmeric 20 years ago before it became popular, you know, and to go to the, and also the Japanese people and Chinese, Korean go to their stores because of the rice, the bags of rice and all of those things, you know. So yes, everything everybody is saying is just so true.
Yeah. Well, we thank all of you for being present today. And it's been a glorious experience. I think we're all pushed up a few notches in our knowledge and in our faith and in our enthusiasm to go forth being healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you so much.
Miss Brenda, thank you for coming to visit with us from Mama Raziya's invitation. I appreciate that so much. And participating.
Hey.
Lily B, thank you for that
Hey.
visuals. I'm so appreciative.
Yes, yes. Yes, you ladies have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
You want to close with the mantra if
yes, please.
It's up on the chat.
Come back. Come back and lead us into that. Oh, you have to look it up.
Yeah, I gotta look.
It's in the chat, but yeah, I
read it
can do
together,
that.
ladies. It's in the chat under 933 in the entry for 933. If you can access the track from the Louise Hay book that Mama shared.
And it says, yeah, go ahead.
I am a decisive person.
I am a decisive
person.
I follow through.
I follow through.
And support myself with love.
And support myself
with love.
Can we do it again like we mean it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit up straight and tall and take a deep breath. I am a decisive person.
I am a decisive person.
I follow through and support myself.
I follow through and support
myself.
With love.
With love. Everybody hug themselves, hug one another. Just extend it out.
Yay.
Tomorrow, Mama Ayaba and Mama Hawa, we're gonna have a good time. Continue like this was wonderful, a wonderful session. Looking forward to some more. And if any of you know some holistic doctors, dentists, then let us know. We also would like to have somebody on talking about, I keep hearing someone, they keep asking about the eyes and how to deal with the eyes naturally in the healing process. So, that information you can shoot right on over to Mama Raziya and Hetheru, and we'll go on from that. We got some good stuff still coming up, more guests coming up tomorrow. Is the brother coming tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. So if y'all have any questions, get your questions down and get them asked.
And what is he gonna talk about so that those who are don't know? Well, just tell about him, who he is.
It's on the flyer.
It's on. It's
Hey,
a
join
good
the group.
day.
Join the group and get on now. Get on.
Have a
But
wonderful.
he's
go
a
ahead.
he's a healer, but I guess he doesn't want me to introduce him as a healer. But he has studied in China with Chinese medicine. He studied in Africa because he was born in Nigeria. He's from the Igbo community in Nigeria. He's been initiated in the African Society and the Men's Society in a Set. He teaches Qigong. He healed my sister of carpal tunnel syndrome by giving her a formula using crystals, and she had to soak them in water and then drink the water. He's just phenomenal young man. He started on this trek when he was 17 years old.
Oh.
So he's thoroughly engrossed in it. And
So bring
died
a
too.
friend.
Bring a friend.
Bring a friend. Every day, bring a friend.
Yeah, every day. We should be
And-
up to 100 people by now.
I got a
Yeah.
friend, but she wasn't in, but she was listening. I got my friend right there.
Okay.
Oh, hi, friend back
You gotta
there.
get some more Elizabeths up in here.
Oh, yes, it's coming. So, and those who are on the team, remember we have a meeting tonight at 7:30. And all of you, I love you so much.
Love
Thank
you
for
too.
trusting us and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings. Love
Peace
to
and
all.
blessings.